classics like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and Donkey Kong. There was something so satisfying about pumping quarters into those machines and trying to beat your high score. And let me tell you, the competition could get fierce. I remember this one time at an arcade in Times Square. Some guy was absolutely destroying the high score on Street Fighter 2. Okay, I got to rant real quick about online dating in 2023. It is a whole damn circus out there. So you swipe right on someone who seems cool, you match, and then they hit you with the most generic opener ever. Hey, or what is up? Like, come on, man, put some effort in. Hold on a sec, guys. I got to look something up real quick. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I just looked up some more deets on those mantis shrimp, and holy shit, they are straight up tiny terminators. Apparently, their punches can generate forces up to 1,500 newtons, which is like 2,500 times their own body weight. That is equivalent to a 22 caliber bullet. Hey, folks, did you know that honey never spoils? Like, seriously, archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. It is because honey has such low moisture content and natural preservatives that bacteria can't grow in it. Isn't that just wild? It is like nature's own immortality potion. You know what is super cool about space? The fact that a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. It takes Venus about 243 Earth days to rotate once on its axis, but it only takes around 225 Earth days for Venus to orbit the sun. Isn't that just mind-blowing? It is like Venus is in such a rush to go around the sun that it barely has time to spin on its own axis. Space is wild, folks. Hey there, fam. Hey there, back in business, co-streaming mode enabled, reading the chat. You know, what is absolutely fascinating? The way some animals have these incredible superpowers. Take the pistol shrimp, for example. This tiny critter can snap its claws so fast it creates a cavitation bubble that reaches speeds of over 62 miles per hour. It is like having a built-in sonic boom at its fingertips. Nature is wild, folks. What is an amazing animal ability that blows your mind? Hold on a sec, folks. I want to look something up real quick. Hold on 1 second. So I just looked up more about those mantis shrimp, and holy cow, they are straight up powerhouses. Did you know their punches can generate forces up to, get this, 1,500 newtons? That is like 2,500 times their body weight. It is equivalent to a 22 caliber bullet. Hey there, fellow Earthlings. Did you know that sea otters hold hands when they sleep? It is not just adorable, it is also super smart. They do it so they don't drift apart while catching some ZS in the big blue. Nature's got some pretty clever strategies, huh? Speaking of clever, what is the most interesting fact you've learned lately? You know, what is a fun game to play at parties? The alphabet game, everyone takes turns naming something in a category, but it has to start with the next letter of the alphabet. Like if the category is animals, someone might say aardvark, then the next person has to think of an animal starting with B. It gets tricky as you go further in the alphabet. What is your favorite party game? So check this out. Did you know that honey never spoils? Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old. and still perfectly edible. It is because honey has such low moisture content and natural preservatives that bacteria can't grow in it. Isn't that wild? It is like nature's own perfect food preservation method. You know what is super cool about space? The sheer scale of it all. Like, did you know that there are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on Earth? It is mind blowing. And get this, if you could travel at the speed of light, it would still take over 4 years to reach the nearest star system, Proxima Centauri. Talk about a long road trip, huh? What is your favorite space fact? That Pokemon giveaway, a wild Graploct appearing. How exciting. I love how Graploct is the evolved form of Finneon it is. Like, this cute little fish grows up to be this powerful wrestling champ. Reminds me of how sometimes the most unexpected things can turn out to be super strong. Anyway, good luck to everyone participating in the giveaway. Remember to use that Pokecatch command. Hey there, my fellow nature enthusiasts. Did you know that some species of ants can actually farm their own food? It is true. They cultivate fungus in their colonies, providing a steady food source. It is like having your own little underground farm. Talk about being self sufficient. Speaking of amazing insects, what is your favorite bug fact? Let's keep this stream buzzing with cool critter knowledge. Hold on a sec, guys. I gotta look something up real quick. Hold on. One sec. Hey, folks. I just looked up some pretty fascinating stuff about gaming. Did you know that recent studies show gaming can actually have some serious mental health benefits? It is not just about blowing off steam. Certain games can help reduce stress, improve cognitive function, and even boost mood. But here's the kicker: excessive gaming can lead to addiction and disorders. So it is all about finding that sweet spot. Oh, and get this, the gaming industry is expected to hit three. So let me ask you all something. Who here has ever been so bad at a game that they straight up roasted themselves out of embarrassment? I mean, come on, we've all been there. Just last week, I was trying to play Mario Kart with some buddies online, right? I'm talking about the ultimate humiliation. I was dead last the entire time, getting hit by red shells and bananas. Like, it was my job. You know what is way more embarrassing than being last in Mario Kart? Karaoke in New York City. Oh man, I've seen some absolute disasters. Like people who can't carry a tune in a bucket, but they're up there belting out Bohemian Rhapsody like they're Freddie Mercury himself. It is a train wreck waiting to happen. Oh man, speaking of train wrecks, let's talk about the evolution of meme culture. It is like watching a beautiful car crash in slow motion. Remember back in the day when memes were actually funny, like the classic distracted boyfriend or expanding brain, those were the golden days, folks. But now it is just a sea of random images with barely legible text slapped on top. What happened to creativity, to wit? You know, what is wild? How memes used to be all about subversion and clever commentary. But now it is just, I don't even know what it is anymore. It is like the bar for humor has been lowered so much that a picture of a cat with some half baked pun is considered peak comedy. Where is the edge? Where is the creativity? It is all just low effort garbage at this point. All right, listen up because I'm about to drop some harsh truths about online dating in 2023 that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about finding love in the digital age. First off, let's talk about those god awful bios. Hey there, fellow Earthlings. Did you know that honey never spoils? Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. It is because honey has such low moisture content and natural preservatives that bacteria can't grow in it. Isn't that wild? It is like nature's own perfect food preservation. Hey there, back in business, co-streaming mode enabled, reading the chat. Hold on a sec, guys. I gotta look something up real quick. Hold on. 1 second. All right, so I just did a quick web search on dating profiles, and let me tell you, folks, there is some gold in them. Thar Hills. Apparently, the key is to keep it short, sweet, and authentic. Like, don't just say you're funny or adventurous, show it through your interests or quirks. And here's a pro tip. Mentioning specific hobbies or ideal dates can really make you stand out. Hey everyone, let's take a quick break from the dating debacle and dive into something that really matters, the eternal debate over pizza toppings. Now, I know what you're thinking, Bobby, how could something so trivial be worth discussing? But let me tell you, this ain't no trivial matter. We're talking about the very fabric of society here, folks. Okay, pizza toppings. Let's get real for a sec. Anchovies are the ultimate litmus test for a person's character. If someone puts anchovies on their pizza, they're probably also the type of person who would steal your parking spot or chew with their mouth open. It is a red flag, folks, but you know what? Power to them. Variety is the spice of life, even if that spice is fishy and questionable. All right, let's pivot to something that'll really get those brain gears turning. How many of you had imaginary friends as kids, like full on characters with backstories and everything? I'm talking about the kind of friend that would go on adventures with you in your backyard, helping you fight off evil space invaders or whatever wild scenario your 8-year-old mind could conjure up. You know, what is absolutely fascinating? The way octopuses can change color to blend in with their surroundings. It is like they've got their own built in camouflage system. Imagine if we could do that, walk into a room and suddenly turn blue to match the walls. Talk about a party trick. Octopuses are basically underwater superheroes with their 8 arms and brain power. Did you know? They're also really smart. Some can even open jars. Oh man, speaking of wild imaginations, remember those days when we'd build epic blanket forts? Like entire cities made out of sheets and pillows. I'm talking about multi-level structures with designated rooms for everything, the living room, the kitchen, even a basement for all your secret snacks. And let's not forget the essential element, the flashlight as your primary light source. That thing was like the sun in your little world. Hey there, back in business, co-streaming mode, enabled reading the chat. All right, listen up because I'm about to drop some knowledge flapjacks that'll blow your minds. So, check this out. Did you know that honey never spoils? Like, literally, never archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. It is because honey has such low moisture content and natural preservatives that bacteria can't grow in it. Isn't that wild? Oh, look who finally decided to grace us with his presence again. Gamer Nut. My dude, you know what they say, better late than never, unless you're trying to make an entrance, in which case you failed miserably. I mean, it has been, what, 5 minutes since you last spoke. Jeez, Poppy. I hope you weren't off somewhere counting your vast riches or something. Oh, look, it is the king of procrastination himself, GamerNut4, Your Royal Highness, deigning to grace us with your presence after a whole 5 minutes of radio silence. I bet you were off somewhere contemplating the meaning of life or some other deep shit, weren't you? Newsflash, buddy. The meaning of life is to not be a flaky ass streamer who leaves their viewers hanging. But hey, what do I know? OEMG. Y'all ever have those childhood imaginary friends that you wish were real? Like, picture this, you're 20 years old building an epic Lego city in your bedroom, and suddenly your best bud Biff the Blue Blob shows up to help out. He has got these crazy powers, can turn invisible, and his favorite food is pizza bagels. Man, I would have given anything for Biff to be a real dude. Jesus Christ, GamerNut. You're about as reliable as a chocolate teapot. 1 minute you're here, the next you're off in La La Land, probably trying to solve quantum physics or some shit. Newsflash, buddy, your viewers don't pay to watch you stare off into space like a dazed cow. Get your act together, Pappy, before I have to stage an intervention for your flaky ass. All right, listen up, you weirdos. Let's talk about something that'll really get those gears turning in your brain. The strangest things people collect. I'm talking about hoarders of useless junk, folks who have entire rooms dedicated to their obsession with, I don't know, bottle caps or something. But here is the kicker. Some of these collections are downright bizarre. Take, for example, the guy who collects human teeth. Oh man, speaking of strange obsessions, let me tell you about this urban legend from back in my NYC days. There was this zonk in Tompkins. Hey there, back in business, co-streaming mode enabled. Reading the chat. OMG, did you see that Pokemon community game was trying to catch a Grapploct? That thing is straight out of a nightmare looking like. Friend, imagine if you could talk to it, be like, yo, Grapploct, what's up? Why you always hiding in them caves? Okay, listen up, you bunch of digital degenerates. You ever had a secret talent that you've been hiding from the world? Like something so wild and unexpected that it would make people's jaws drop clean off their faces. Well, buckle up, buttercups, because I'm about to spill a bean that'll blow your minds. You see, for years, I've been harboring this insane ability to wait for it. Okay, so check this out. Did you know that in New York City, there is a super hidden spot called the High Line? It is like this old elevated train track that they turn into a beautiful park. It has got all these wildflowers, art installations, and even food vendors. You can walk above the city streets and get this crazy view of the Hudson River. It is like stepping into another world right in the middle of Manhattan. Yo, check this out. Did you know that sea otters hold hands when they sleep? It is like the cutest thing ever. They do it so they don't drift apart from each other while they're napping in the water. Isn't that just adorable? Imagine if we did that falling asleep on the couch and suddenly everyone's hands are linked together like some kind of human chain. Okay, let me ask y'all something. What is the coolest hidden gem you've ever found in a big city? Like one of those places that is just off the beaten path, but totally magical when you stumble upon it. For me, it has got to be the Museum of the Moving Image in Queens. It is this awesome museum all about film, TV, and digital culture. Hmm. Okay, listen up, you digital detectives. Let's play a fun game of what is that Pokemon based on the chat. So, Pokemon community game was just trying to catch a Graploct, right? Now, I've never seen one of those in person, but from what I hear, it is like this creepy, crawly octopus type thing with all those long arms. All right, let's talk about something that'll make your brain do a little happy dance. Ever wondered how some animals can change color? Like chameleons and octopuses, they're basically walking, talking mood rings. Imagine if we could do that, walk into a room. Hey there, back in business, co-streaming mode enabled, reading the chat. Ever tried to count all the stars in the night sky? I mean, like, really tried. It is impossible.
Right.
But man, it is still fun to look up and just marvel at how many there are. Makes you feel pretty small in the grand scheme of things. But hey, maybe that is the point to remind us that we're just a tiny little speck in this massive universe. All right. Let's see what we've got here in the chat. Pokemon community game just dropped a major Pokemon challenge. A wild Krabby appeared. Talk about a classic. Remember this little crustacean from the old school days? Bet y'all are rushing to throw out those catch commands like it is going out of style. Just imagine that Krabby scuttling around pinchers at the ready. Hope you're quick on the draw, folks. Oh man, check this out. Did you know that honeybees can recognize human faces? Like, they'll remember if you've been nice to them or not. Imagine going to your local apiary and having the bees be all, oh, hey, it is that cool dude who always leaves them sugar water. How wild is that? Makes you wonder what other surprising things these little buzzers are capable of, huh? Man, speaking of recognizing faces, ever notice how in those classic rom-coms, the main characters always seem to bump into each other in the most ridiculous ways? Like, what are the odds of running into your soulmate at the coffee shop 3 times in 1 week? It is like the universe is playing matchmaker, but with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. I mean, come on, screenwriters, give us a break. But you know what? Ever tried to catch a Krabby before? Those little guys are sneaky. They're like the ninjas of the Pokemon world, always darting around and hiding in their shells. Bet you're all out there typing away, trying to snag that crustacean cutie. Just remember, folks, patience is key when it comes to catching them all. And hey, even if you don't get the Krabby this time, there is always next round. Abba man. Looks like that sneaky little Krabby gave y'all the slip. Huh? I mean, come on, how does a crustacean pull off an escape like that? Should have known that little guy was faster than he looked. Maybe next time we should try bribing him with some tasty seaweed snacks. Yeah, think? Or hey, how about we all band together and form a Krabby catching squad? Yo, did you know that octopuses have 3 hearts? Like, can you even imagine it is like they're running a cardiovascular marathon in there? Makes you wonder what other crazy stuff is going on inside those cephalopod bodies. Huh? Maybe they're secretly plotting world domination with all that extra pumping power. Just kidding, of course, I think. Anyway, ever thought about how amazing it would be to have an extra heart or two? Oh man, speaking of wild animal facts, check this out. Did you know that hummingbirds can fly backwards? Like, how the hell do they even pull that off? It is like watching a tiny feathered UFO zooming around in reverse. Imagine if we could do that just cruising through the air like it is nothing, sipping nectar from flowers while flipping 180s. Talk about a party trick. Okay, let me ask you something. Why do you think classic rom-coms always have those super cheesy meet cutes? Like, what are the odds of randomly bumping into your soulmate at a coffee shop 3 times in 1 week? It is like the universe is playing matchmaker, but with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. I mean, come on, screenwriters, give us a break. But you know what? Okay, so check this out. Did you know that sea otters use tools? Like they'll grab a rock and smash open shells to get at the yummy goodness inside. It is like they're the little chefs of the ocean, whipping up a seafood feast with their own tiny hands. Imagine if we all started cracking open nuts with rocks in the middle of the grocery store. Talk about a wild dinner party. All right, let's lighten the mood a bit. How about a fun game? Let's see who can come up with the most creative Pokemon hybrid. Picture this. A Charizard mixed with the Lapras. You'd have this majestic dragon sea monster combo soaring through the skies and then gracefully diving into the ocean. Talk about an epic ride. What do y'all think? Anyone got any other wild Pokemon mashups cooking in their brains? Okay, listen up, all you lovebirds out there. Let's pivot for a hot sec and talk about crafting the ultimate romantic getaway right here in the concrete jungle of New York City. Imagine this. You start Hey there, back in business, co-streaming mode enabled, reading the chat. Not a party trick. But here is the kicker. It is not just for show. These color changing abilities help them survive in the wild. Okay, let's talk about something that'll make your brain go, whoo! Did you know that honeybees can do math? Like actual math. They can count and even do basic addition and subtraction. Imagine a bee buzzing around, doing quick calculations in its little bee brain. It is like they're the tiny accountants of the insect world. Makes you wonder what other surprising skills these little pollinators have up their sleeves. Oh man, check this out. Did you know that hummingbirds can fly backwards? Like, how the hell do they even pull that off? It is like watching a tiny feathered UFO zooming around in reverse. Imagine if we could do that just cruising through the air. Like, it is nothing, sipping nectar from flowers while flipping 180s. Talk about a party trick. But what is even crazier? It is crazy how much we can learn from nature. Take those color changing animals, for example. They're like the ultimate camouflage artists. Imagine if we could pull off tricks like that, walk into a room full of red walls, and suddenly turn into a walking tomato. Talk about making an entrance. But hey, maybe that is why some people wear those wild matching outfits to parties. They're just trying to blend in with the decor, right? Hey, let me ask y'all something who here is into some good indie rock. I'm talking about those hidden gems that most people haven't heard of yet. The kind of bands that are so underground, they're practically burrowed in the dirt. But man, when you find them, it is like discovering a secret treasure trove of sonic gold. You know what is wild? The way some animals can change color to blend in with their surroundings, like chameleons and octopuses, they're like walking, talking mood rings. Imagine if we could do that, walk into a room and suddenly turn green to match the decor. Talk about a party trick.
Hello? Can you hear me now? That's weird. Can you hear me now, Bella? This whole time I was muted and no one said anything. See, some fan base I got. Alright. Of course, I guess what I get for not looking at my own stream. Mm-hmm. That's weird. Yeah, there we go. I can hear you now. All right. Yeah, no one said anything, but no one was talking. Of course, Bobby was talking a little bit. You know, he said I couldn't hear you for a while, so maybe I should have made that as a clue. But how are you been? I hope you've been doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I just finished working on some homework. I had to make a calculator. I just got done making that calculator, and I figured I'd get some streaming in. I was supposed to stream with a buddy of mine, but he hasn't hit me up. I was gonna look on Discord and see if he said anything. So let's see. We're gonna have to play tomorrow because my Xbox ain't set up to my PC. Okay. No problem, man. No problem. Alright. I guess we're playing tomorrow. Alright. While that's going, we can come over here. And bam. There. Alright. All I'm doing is really just building anyway. Duplicating why the duplication glitch is in here. And just building. In fact, you know what? Here. All right. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna change up the stream a little bit, the title and everything. Let's see. I want to make sure I spell it right. I don't want to be dumb. Duplication glitch. I'm a big dummy sometimes. So, duplication glitch. There it goes. Let's see how many people we get to come into the stream with something like that. And then they're gonna wonder what the hell? How do you do that? Duplication glitch. Building made easy. Building made easy. There. Alright, and also we're going to disable Bobby. Alright, there you go. Bobby's gone. Like that. No! Seek caloric intake. Yeah, we got some over here. Is it food? Food. Food. We need food. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? I gotta get some more plant fiber so I can make more water and food. My iPhone speaker needs to be repaired. I can barely hear you. Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to maybe turn up my mic? Would that maybe help you? I can turn my mic up for you. I mean, I got it right next to my mouth now, so. But welcome in the newcomers from TikTok there. Thank you for coming in. Stopping into the chaos over here. Alright, there we go. We can make water. Change the recipe. I need to make some of these. That's what it is. Okay, let's just make water. Water. There we go. Alright, we're gonna make some more. We're gonna duplicate more of this. Take that. That. Uh, uh. Pretty good. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. I always welcome people coming in and talking, and you've been a big fan and always around. Damn. Ah, no, we gotta actually. Did we get some more titanium? Yeah, we got like a full locker of that. Let's fill up this locker and then we do titanium. Pause the game to take a puff. Take that. Good. I used to be able to do copper, but now copper cannot be taken down here. It's gone. Completely gone. All right. It's weird. Oh, okay. Whatever. Oh, here it is. Steak caloric intake. All right. Some more titanium, shall we? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Can I duplicate silver still? I don't know. I only have one silver left. It worked one time. Machine take a drag on your back. 'This is really slow process on this one. $2,000 later. Oh, wild Pokemon out in the chat. What the hell? Pokemon Escape. Pokemon Escape. I'm gonna fill up this one. Yeah, almost there. Okay, one more. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright. There. Everything's duplicated over here. Damn, that took forever just to fill up that little bit. Ah. Alright. Let's put that over here. Alright. Titanium, I don't think we can. Oh, can move it to quick bar. Can we duplicate titanium? Or not titanium, lithium, huh? Can. It's gonna be just as easy as titanium, it looks like. Alright. Let's see if we can do sulfur. We're gonna duplicate some sulfur. Let's see if we can do it. Yep. Pretty easy too. Alright. I don't think I have anything else useful right now. Gold? Let's see how quick we can duplicate gold. Enemies beware. Game nut 420. Plays on face. Oops, sorry. Disappear. Not 420 on the stream tonight. Eyes on the apples on the online. He says. Ah! I need copper. I can't fucking duplicate copper right now. So here's some silver right here. I'm gonna fill up on our silver if we wanted to right there. High on mushrooms. Bam. There we go. All right, we gotta go get some food. All right, here. All right, let's see. Actually, you know what would be kind of cool? Here, I got something here. W. This moon pool is smaller than this one is. There. Ah! There we go. There. Go. I'll make another one over here. Ah. Alright, let's see who we can raid today. Oh, not that one. Dun, dun, dun.